Assalamu alaikum. My name's Tahir Khan. I live in Liverpool. I'm a volunteer here with the organisation of Meet Your Muslim Neighbour. Today here we're doing an exhibition at the Museum of Liverpool. They've been kind enough to give us an education room here. And as you can see behind me, this is the entrance. We have some old Islamic artifacts on the table here that date back several years. And what we've been doing here generally is trying to get people to guess what these items are actually used for. So for example, this item here, people have come up with various explanations as to what this is, but this is actually an device used to transport scrolls back in the Middle East. So there's a collection of items. For example, this item here, people think that this is a pipe for smoking, but actually it's an Islamic ink pot. So ink used to go into there. You'd have a pen within the ink pot, and they used to use that for writing. And then we've got this artifact here from the Mughal era. So it is an actual antique. It resembles the door of the Kaaba, as you can see. So various items on display here. Opposite the antiques, we've got the display board, and that's the general theme we have running through the exhibition today. Various posters through Discover Islam to talk about various aspects of the religion, starting with the 5 pillars and addressing some of the misconceptions that generally the media portray on TV.
So is that the aim, really, to clear misconceptions?
Yeah, it's all about interaction. Muslims within the UK only make up a small percentage, less than 5%. There are many people, non-Muslims out there, who don't interact with a Muslim on a day-to-day basis. They don't work with a Muslim. So we acknowledge that, and we do these events for people who are visitors to the Museum of Liverpool, for an opportunity for them to talk to a Muslim face to face. Sometimes it's easier to talk to someone maybe who you don't know, where you can not have the risk of offending them by asking them whatever questions you want. So that's why we put on the exhibition primarily. Okay. So shall I take you inside?
Yes.
So this is the main education room, and the literature that you see on the stands are for free vend, and they are basic items of literature, just going through the basic assets. There you go. And it covers the basic aspects of Islam and the 5 pillars.
Now these
These are free to take away. Obviously something that we have in common with our Christian brothers is Jesus, who we see as a prophet. There is a lot of literature in the room about Jesus and how Jesus, peace be upon him, was a prophet for the Muslims. So we've got the 5 pillar stand here. As you can see, we go through the 5 pillars using the Discover Islam posters. Behind you here, in terms of our activity stalls, we have our first stall here, which is Find Your Birthday on the Islamic Hijri calendar. So we're familiar with the Gregorian calendar in the UK, and we're giving people the opportunity to find out what their Hijri date of birth is. And as a result of that, we then give them a birth certificate to take away. And brother here is being, yeah? Brother here is being kind enough to work on this stand here, as you can see. You know, we'd have the name in there and what date they were born on the Hijri calendar.
That's great.
And as you can see, we all know the Hijri calendar is based on a lunar cycle. So the next stand is a stand for children, where we're getting them to stick on the different cycles. Can I just borrow this for a second? Can I see? Look at this, beautiful. To draw the lunar cycles of the Hijri calendar. Did you enjoy this? Okay. So moving on to the next stall, we have an information stall, which again contains more literature, which are free.
But there's all this literature free then.
Yeah, I think there's certain exceptions in terms of
Except for that.
the main book there, but generally anything around there is free to take away. We have a brother here who
I've spoken to him before.
Okay, the next stall we have is an interesting stall where we're actually getting people to write their own name in Arabic. So what we're doing is literally giving them the letters and then letting them actually write the name in Arabic themselves.
And how would you do that?
So, for example, my name is Tahir, so we would give them the letters to put together. And then we'd allow them to write that on a piece of paper.
Also, they
for
have to
essentially-
draw that on a piece of paper.
On a piece of paper, that's correct.
All right, that's good.
And then what we've got on the next stall is a bit more of a professional calligraphy art, where Brother Tariq here is kindly, at every event that we run, has a calligraphy art stand where he will write your name in Arabic, as you can see what he has there for other people. And generally we find that the calligraphy stall is a big hit for Muslims and non-Muslims alike.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So what we've also got is the pop-up posters. Again, it's just various aspects of Islam that are misunderstood. You know, the first one's the farewell sermon of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and talking about how, you know, racism was abolished in 7th century Arabia, whereas, you know, in Western society we still have the issue of racism today. And an introduction to who is Allah, who is God, and who is Muhammad, peace be upon him. These are all just different pop-up posters we have. So, as we all know, one of the beauties of Islam is the geometry. If you go into mosques around the world, geometry plays an important role in the architecture. So what we've got on this stall here is the chance for children to actually do something in geometry. We've provided sets and pencils and the like for them to actually draw and colour a typical pattern synonymous to what's evident in a lot of the mosques around the world. And another stall we have, just moving on, again more of a hit with the ladies, is a henna stand where volunteers kindly have given up their time to actually draw nice henna arts for people on their hands. And it's so popular we've had to provide 2 tables. Okay, one of the biggest misconceptions of Islam in the UK generally is about how women are treated within our religion, and especially when Western society portrays the hijab as being a clothing of oppression. So what we've got here is to address those misconceptions, where we have, again, Discover Islam posters about the role of women in Islam and how they're revered. Again, with information that is free to take away.
If you don't wish to be on, I'll take it off. Yeah?
The stall next to it is Try On a Hijab stall. Again, women with women discussing the hijab, and, you know, letting someone who maybe doesn't wear hijab day to day try on a hijab just to see what it feels like. And again, it's a very important stand that we have in all of our exhibitions as well. The next stand we have is again for the children. It's just a bric-a-brac to build what resembles a mosque. I've seen more professional buildings done during the day, but this one looks like the The Leaning Tower of Pisa. Yeah. So can you throw together a quick mosque building for us?
Come on, try.
One of the professional ones that you did during the day. That's it.
We've had some really good professional things done today, you know.
Oh yeah.
Very creative kids. Been impressed.
Yeah.
She was one of them.
Was she? That's very good. I'm scared of touching that.
Yeah.
So again, we've got information stalls running along the same theme, talking about God, talking about the prophets, talking about the Holy Book. One of the things we've also had for children is a word search. So if you just turn around and have a look at the front of the table here, what we've done is we've provided questions on the front of each table, and we've allowed the children to go around answering the questions that we've posed to them with a view at the end of the word search. They would go to the reception desk and claim a prize, and that's been popular to get the kids looking at the different stalls and being part of the day.
So have you found you know, the venues that we've gone to? This is one of them. And I think the previous one was in the other
World Museum,
World
yeah,
Museum.
across the city.
Yeah. Was that one a good success? Which one do you find?
I think
better?
I think the audience has been similar in both, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think what we've seen is, as well as the questions that non-Muslims have about Islam, our own society have taken Islam for granted. We've had a couple of parents in here who've brought their children who may have fallen into the trap of wanting to question religion, which isn't a harmful thing, but the effects of Western society has kind of overcome that, and it's basically it's fundamentally a failure of the parents. I think what you have to do is you have to talk about the concept of God and religion to them at a very early age, not by imposing religion onto them, but to explain how they can reflect on the environment at large, for them to understand what religion is. We've had families who are Muslim who have brought their children here today. They've taken away English translations of the Quran because a lot of them aren't Arabic speakers. I've had Arabs, a Palestinian family whose children aren't Arabic speaking, and they've taken away an English translation of the Quran. The Donate Quran is a fantastic book which has a comprehensive set of appendices which talks about the miracles of the Holy Book, which is a very good starting point for people to read.
Which one is that?
So I'll take you over to the Quran stand. So this is the book here.
Yeah. So which one is this one?
So this is an organisation called Donate Quran. You can find them on an app on the Apple and Android App Store, so you can install this on your phone. Well, if I just take you to the back here, it has a biography of the Prophet ﷺ, it has a study of the Quran, and questions that predominantly get asked today is the authenticity test of the Holy Book itself. And those tests are documented here within the appendices. So if people want to talk about, the scientific miracles, the linguistic miracle of the Holy Book, it's all nicely explained at the back of the Donate Quran book. So I would recommend this as a read for everybody, Muslim, non-Muslim, who have the opportunity to download this. A lot of information in there.
It's not just the Quran, like you said, it's got the biography of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ,
Exactly.
and various other things as well.
Exactly. The formation of mountains, embryology, the formation of the earth.
Things that correlate with modern science.
Yeah, modern science. Again, the misconception is science trumps religion, but in effect, it's religion that defines science, and it's through our ignorance that we fall into the trap of believing that science is superior. But unfortunately, again, the authenticity test is the book itself, and I would definitely recommend this as a read.
And what do you think of the overall event now? It's coming up to 4 o'clock. Have we had a good turnout?
Yeah, the turnout has been fantastic. Well worth doing it wherever you are within your city, if you can consider that. It's been accepted by both Muslim and non-Muslim people who have attended the museum today. A lot of people have had the opportunity to ask questions, which is important, and to actually meet and interact with Muslims that maybe during the day-to-day lives they might not have the opportunity to do so. So it's been a highly successful event.
Is this, do you think it's a good idea if other people replicate what's happening throughout the country?
I think what we need to do as a community within the UK is we need to go back to the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. And what is that? That is dawah by physical action. We're not here to build a property portfolio. We're not here to ascertain wealth. We're here to spread deen. We're here to share the beauty of religion. And a lot of us have fallen into the trap of Western society where we feel that we need to amass a wealth and compete with the Joneses, but that's not for the Muslims. So what I would encourage people to do is to interact with your neighbours. If you have the ability as a community to put on an event like this, you know, this is started by one person, Brother Osama, which you probably have met on the video before. I don't know where he is at the moment. He's probably busy running around. He's the chap over there, yeah. So if you imagine, this event was started by one person, and the volunteers will come. People like myself, who is a volunteer here, will come and help out. You just need to take the first step.
No doubt it will have taken a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of planning, organising, and all of that really, obviously for every single action has gone through with this setup, everybody that's involved with it will get rewarded for it.
Inshallah, inshallah. But again, we're not here for any personal benefit at all. We're literally here just for the sake of La ilaha illallah. Jazakallah. Jazakallah. Thank you very much.
Inshallah, I'll send you a link.
Inshallah. Thank you very much.